questions.
Yeah, because I'm curious. Like, what do you want me to tell you? You told me how you like the zombie one. I'm like, really? Over Killmonger? So we both were now okay with Thor.
I thought Thor was funny.
It was alright. I didn't see much of a difference.
Thor was funny. And
well, are you recording?
I am recording. Yeah. We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Yeah. Although I do like how we just started talking randomly. Okay.
We did half our show already off the camera.
Yeah. Just making sure everything's out the way.
There you go. Make a nice decoration though, right? Yeah.
Well, you can't really see it, so you want to make a decoration, you have to prop it up somehow. Like
that's a good future idea. Just line up a bunch of like controllers across.
That would be weird.
Yeah.
That would work. Or was it a starship fleet?
Something like that. Yeah.
It's called an intro.
Is it? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Do you want to bring your mic into the shot? Or?
Oh yeah. Your mic wasn't in the shot either, buddy.
It was in there. It's not where it's supposed to be, but it was there.
You're the one who sets up the camera. So as a guy who set up the camera, you gotta let me know about these things.
Listen, man. Test 1 2. All right, we good. Say something.
Test 1 2. Dennis is dick.
A little louder.
Test 1 2. Dennis is dick.
There you go. As long as you get into that yellow, I just want to make sure we're on the same level.
Yeah, I don't like to yell. You know, like I got small.
Oh, you don't like to yell?
I don't like to yell. I got a smooth jazz voice.
Man. When?
What?
When? When do you not like to yell, and when do you have this smooth jazz voice?
I always have a smooth jazz voice. What are you talking about?
What is this smooth jazz right now? Is that what I'm listening to?
No, this is the anger Kwame because he's getting challenged by a little punk ass dance.
but is this a smooth jazz?
I said no. Did you not hear the word no in there?
I don't know what song I'm listening to with your damn voice.
I just said no. This is the anger Kwame from.
I'm gonna throw some saxophone in the background behind you talking.
Yeah,
I'm just so you know what that sounds like.
Okay, hey, listen, the ladies love it, so you can suck it.
What lady loves it?
The ladies.
Your mom don't count.
Hey, whoa! I would never use the sexy jazz voice for mom. That's just creepy.
Sister don't count either.
That's even creepier.
Oh man, it's been a minute.
Oh, like the Ray J song? Wait a minute.
No. That's like one of two decent songs he had.
I guess.
One of two Neptune songs that he had.
Him and I put him and Solange in the category. We wouldn't know who you are if it wasn't for your siblings. I stand by that.
Solange is even worse because at least Ray J got his little Raycon earbuds.
Yo, my old office, we were like, "Oh, how you not like Solange?" I'm like, because she's not that good. Like, if she was anyone else, we would now know who she is. We know who she is because of her family and what she did with Jay-Z. Let's be real. Like, am I right or wrong about
that was the biggest thing she ever did was to slap him in the elevator, right?
Yeah. Well, she also was in one of the Bring It On movies as well.
She was?
Yeah, exactly my point. But she was. You see my point? This is before she was like. Well, so in other words, if the Bayhive was behind her, you wouldn't know. I'm just telling you now. I'm just pointing out.
I didn't know she was in movies.
She was in
a movie. Damn.
A movie. Okay, let's get it clear.
What's she doing now? Is she?
She's still doing. I think she's doing like. Because the thing is, like, I feel like her thing is more like the indie music.
Yeah,
she's not indie. I'm sorry, you're not indie. Like, you may try to sound it, but you don't give me indie.
I always kind of got like the India Ari sort of vibe from her.
Yeah, my buddy was like, "Oh, so you don't like Janelle Monáe?" I'm like, "Whoa,
stop it, stop it!"
I did the same
blasphemy.
Thing.
Stop it.
The same thing. I was like, "Whoa, don't ever do that again."
Janelle Monáe is a treasure, and you leave her alone. You leave her out of this.
Same page right here. I was like, "I'm about to knock your ass out for saying that."
Yo, when she did that tightrope video with Big Boy, and I was like, "Yo, who is this?" Yo,
like, say what? Hey, my man, when he sat there and compared Solange with Janelle Monáe, I'm like, them's fighting words, bro.
I got mad for you just now. I hope you slapped him.
No, I was at work, so I couldn't slap him.
Damn.
But I was surprised. Like, I was the only person that was like, "Yo, I'm not a Solange fan." She was on, she. What was it? She did the SNL a while back. I was like, man, this is trash. I'm sorry. Like, you tried too hard. You recorded this all you want. Like,
wait, they let her on SNL?
She was a music guest star.
This was after the elevator incident?
Yeah, after the elevator incident.
Figured.
And I was like, oh, okay. Like, I just did. I don't know. It was like a bootleg Lauryn Hill vibe. Almost like, I'm like, no, I'd rather just get the real thing from Lauryn Hill than than this.
If you could find Lauryn Hill.
Well, the refugees the Fugees are doing a comeback.
Oh yeah,
for a little tour. Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. So.
Who needed the money there?
I don't know, but hey, I'm not complaining, right?
Is Praz hurting for it?
Wow. Hey, why don't we do the intro since we're on a tangent already, and the game starts at 15 minutes.
Oh man, no, that's right.
I mean, as you've been recording for like 15 minutes already.
It was like 5 minutes.
Oh, it was like 10. Because we started talking about what we were going to talk about, and somehow we got Janelle Monáe's salon.
And then Praz being broke.
He may not be on there because like they didn't say who was going to do it. They just said the Fugees. I'm like, okay.
I can't believe you called Praz broke.
I didn't call him broke. You did.
That's foul, man.
Well, we have video. Bro. We have video. So all I gotta say is that, and since my smooth jazz voice is distinctive than yours,
that's foul. God saw how he called Praz broke. That's mad disrespect, Praz.
Anyways,
you my boy. I'm here with you. I got your back, man.
Scared of Praz for anyways.
I'm not scared of Praz.
Sound
That's
like
my people's.
Sound like you are, bro.
Listen, me and Praz can
You
scrap.
haven't said it yet. You can't back it up again.
I'll scrap
Why
with
don't
him.
you do the intro?
Maybe this is the intro.
Okay, do it. Then say
All right, but I'm not letting you off the hook. You over here throwing Praz under the bus.
You're the one scared. You the one said it.
I ain't scared of
Yeah, that's
nobody,
why you're changing
man.
things,
No, that's
too.
why you changing
Why don't
things.
you just play back the video and let Praz decide who said what?
I'll do that.
Okay.
Yo, this dude Praz, he's straight trash, man. I can't believe how broke he is, bro. He ain't got no money, none. He is super broke. Yo, I can't even believe how broke he is, man. What a bum. Hey, yo.
Just saying.
Welcome. Welcome, everyone. Good to see y'all back. Welcome back to Off the Cuff. It's your boy G. It's your boy JR.
Out of darkness into light, y'all.
There you go.
We went out the Batcave. We were up in the, I guess, Super Friends.
Hall of Justice. Fortress of Solitude.
Yeah, I guess Fortress of Solitude.
What's the space one? They got a space one.
That's the Hall of Justice, isn't it?
No,
that's the
no.
Hall of Justice.
No, Hall of Justice is on the ground, like that building.
That's like the for show, and like the real one is always in space.
But they call that something different.
Did they?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I forget what it was.
You don't even like DC.
I'd still know of it.
So why don't you Google and tell me?
You're supposed to. You're the DC guy. You're supposed to.
I know. I know more DC than you, but I don't know everything.
I feel like it's man, like
you call it Fortress Solitude.
they got some fancy name for it. Tell us in the comments what the hell do they call that satellite that they all chill on? Because we can't. That.
Oh, sorry. I think you. My bad. That's what I would call it.
We out the game for a few weeks. This is what you gonna do when we first come back?
Well, what?
You gonna disrespect Praz. You gonna play Janelle Monáe.
Bro, whoa! Now you get disrespectful, bro. It's not. Listen, I don't care about Praz, but you will not sit there and take.
Oh, you don't care about Praz, so you admit it.
Listen, now you compare with Janelle Monáe.
You admit it.
Not because Janelle Monáe is well.
Praz. Anytime you want to come on this show and set this dude straight, let me know.
Yeah.
We'll hook it up, man.
Praz agrees with me. Janelle over him, man.
Love your music, bro. Come on.
All day,
we need the new stuff.
Monáe. Why don't you let them know what we're about to talk about today, bro?
Well,
going through tangents.
What we about to talk about? We about to talk about some Marvelness, some Marvel goodness.
Yeah, I guess we're off our hiatus. There were a couple episodes out.
Yeah.
To exact.
Yeah, a few what if episodes that we should get caught up on.
Curious.
So what if? Let's start with where we left off, which was
what's that to be continued.
Last time on.
Yes, that's what it sounded like. we left our superheroes or would-be villains for us.
We left off. We going into episode 5, which was zombies, right?
Zombies was the one we had not covered yet.
Right. So what if zombies?
He's a zombie expert, y'all. He still watches Walking Dead. Shame on all you guys who still watch The Walking Dead, by the way.
But listen, we can debate that another time.
Over already.
We can debate that another time, but for now,
it's over.
For now,
the Wayans brothers.
The Wayans brothers.
The show, the Wayans brothers.
The show, the
Wayans brothers. You remember that?
I remember the show. Yeah. That's just a weird.
They scared to it. Like I remember a scary movie. You talked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Joke.
But didn't that get canceled like what, like 15 years ago?
Yeah, so it still hurts to this day.
Damn, bro, I didn't know you had a spot for the Wayans brothers like that.
Funny show, man. Pops, do your thing.
Damn,
Bang,
man.
bang. I mean, come on.
Yo, R.I.P. to that dude, man.
Yes, rest in peace.
Yo, it's a damn funny guy right there, man. Anyway, what if zombies? We got zombies. We got zombies in your Marvel. You got Marvels in your zombies.
Yeah, basically a play on their short-lived little comic strip of zombies.
It was a wildly popular series when it hit the bookshelves.
Not for me, but for the other guys, I guess.
You know, a lot of people. It's cool. It's a cool little what if. Like, you know, everyone. Well, most people like the zombie genre, or at least can tolerate.
I just feel like it doesn't need to be put into Marvel. There's always so much going on. Do we need to add zombies? Does that make sense?
But see, that's the thing. It's not like main canon or anything. It's literally a what if. If you're gonna do zombies, this is where you do it.
In my opinion, like, okay, we're gonna do zombies. Okay. I mean, I did watch it. It just
listen. It's if you watch any zombie show or movie, you pretty much know what you're gonna see, and they knew that because they're playing off a lot of the tropes. Don't separate or somebody's gonna die, which happened.
Yeah.
And then they even commented on it. I think it was Okaye. It was like, we should have stuck together. See, and Peter Parker's looking at you like, yeah.
Anyways, and by the way, if you guys don't, you should have a zombie apocalypse plan like I do.
What's your zombie apocalypse plan?
I'm not telling you, you're not part of the group.
How am I not part of the group?
Because we don't need you. You serve no value.
Are you kidding? You don't even watch the shows. You don't know what to do.
Yes, I have someone who takes care of that for me, and it's not you because that person has more to bring.
Who's that? Name
not
names.
You.
Name names. Who is it?
Naming names.
Who is it?
Because I don't want these guys disappearing all of a sudden because someone has taken them from my group.
Listen, we're not sharing resources here, all right? We only got room for so many in our bunker.
I even got a guy who's going to be our sucker just so we have a getaway. Two guys. So a fall guy. So when, let's say, a zombie attacks, we have a guy who's the slowest one, who the zombies go first, so we can all get away.
Oh man,
that's how I'm ahead of the game. I have a sacrificial lamb.
So you got an Otis in your squad.
Yeah, I mean, we can use the third one if you want.
I will kick you straight up in the face right now.
Well, I mean, you fight the zombies.
I ain't your Otis.
I'll even give you a sword.
First of all, I gave you a sword.
Yeah, I know. So you have a sword already. I'll let you fight off the zombies while we get away.
Listen, first of all,
die hero.
You come to the guy who's got the melee weapons on lock.
Okay,
because
I have a guy who has melee. I have another guy who does that, and he's better at it than you are. Plus, he drives a boat.
Name names.
Plus, he has a boat.
Name names.
I'm not telling you names because these guys are not disappearing.
How big is his
boat? Big enough to fit the people I need to get to where we need to go for a hideout.
How big?
I'm not telling you.
How big?
I'm not telling you. This is my plan, and I'm the leader.
So you telling me you got a zombie apocalypse plan with a boat in place and a crew with a boat that I would assume has a sizable space.
Yes.
But you would exclude me and my people, my family. You would exclude us.
Your family's included. They know.
So the girls are good, but me you don't want.
You what? Who?
The girls are good, but me you don't want.
You need to serve a purpose.
My purpose would be keeping your ass alive.
No, I have the guys for that. Again, serve a purpose.
All right. So let me
know what do you bring into the group that I don't have.
Let me quiz you then. All right. What's the difference?
Again,
what's the question?
I have a guy for this. I don't need you to know this.
No, but if they catch you by yourself, you need to know what's the difference between.
You're so small minded. I don't need to know all of the details.
I just want to see if you know. I just want to see if you know.
What do I need
What's the difference between a Walking Dead zombie and a Left 4 Dead zombie?
I don't even give a shit, man. They're all zombies. I'm running the fuck away.
No, you see, that's why you're gonna die.
No,
because you're gonna sit there like it's a Walking Dead zombie. You're gonna have a Left 4 Dead zombie sprinting their ass towards you. You're gonna be dead before you know what happens.
Here's the thing. See, Walking Dead zombies don't really exist. Okay, those don't exist. We're talking about zombies.
No zombies exist. Yeah, what are we talking about?
Zombies could exist. We just never found one yet. But you talk about a Walking Dead zombie, which I'm like, dude, that's too fictitious to believe. I mean, I watch I Am Legend. Come on, we're good. I'm good.
Are those really zombies in I Am Legend?
They're more zombies than Walking Dead.
They're like zombie vampire hybrid sort of.
Light.
Yeah.
They're avoiding the light, right? They were.
But I mean, zombies don't avoid the light.
Don't they?
No, there's vampires, man. Come on.
Yeah, I guess it would mix your both. Okay, fine, I'll give you that. They didn't care about pain.
See, these are the kind of mistakes you can't make out there in the field, man.
We're gonna hide.
We're talking about, oh, we're good because we're in the sunlight.
No,
Dead.
I say that? I said they don't like sunlight. That's all I said. And by the way, you don't know if all zombies are not have issues with sunlight, do you? That could be a factual thing, right or wrong. There's no proof there's not. So you're sitting there saying, oh well, they're good with sunlight. You don't know those details either. Until you show me. No, I'm
assume there's always a threat. I'm assuming there's always a threat. Once you show a zombie melting in the sunlight or some shit, then I'll adjust.
Survive in the sunlight and then I'll adjust. How about that? You show me different proof.
That's what I just said.
I said the opposite. I'm just saying the opposite.
Which is why you're wrong.
No, because you show proof otherwise. Why do I have to disprove what you're saying and you don't have to disprove what I'm saying?
Because what I'm saying is already a known fact.
A known fact based on who?
Based on all zombie studies dating back to history.
Oh, to history.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll leave it at that. Like
anyway,
crew. That's why he's not part of my crew.
The moral of the story.
He's also late too, guys. So why would you want a guy who's late to your crew? Where's Daz at, man? Zombies hitting. I'm coming, guys. Don't worry about it. We would die because Dez is late.
Listen, that's not my fault that you can't defend yourselves.
Okay, there we go. So I'm defending myself by cutting you loose first. See,
but I'll survive.
You sure about that?
Oh yeah.
So what you get mad at me for?
Yeah, I'm good.
So you get mad at me for? Why you?
Because I'm concerned for you.
Okay, trust me, my crew's got me.
I'm
the brains operation.
All right. You know, show me this crew and we'll talk.
I got a crew. I got guys who can handle knives. I got a guy who can handle a gun. I got a guy who can drive a boat. I got a guy who also knows to search for vegetation. You
know, boat is not a solution, right? It's not a long-term solution.
It's not a long-term solution, but it's a short-term solution, which I already know, and I have a plan. I'm not going to tell you my full plan because a boat is involved in that plan.
No, I want to know the full plan.
No, I will not tell you that.
Why not? You're gonna get your ass on a boat.
3 guys who drive boats.
Okay.
I have 2 boats already.
Why not an aircraft? Why not a helicopter or something?
Because it won't work. Dude, you let me handle my thing, and you fly airplanes and helicopters and see how far that gets you.
Okay, all right.
I know what I'm going to do is right because it's a long-term plan, it's a long-term solution.
All right, you hang out with your little boat in the little Hudson River or whatever.
Hey, listen, when we survive and we repopulate the human race, we'll have like a nice little.
It is a scary day when we count on you to repopulate.
Hey. Will you have a statue of me?
I think I might throw myself to the horde at that point.
Will you have a statue of me? Don't worry about it, man. the guy who saved us from the zombies. Because I'm always thinking, man. I'm always thinking.
The moral of the story is don't send Wasp into the quantum zone to fuck around with a zombie because shit goes down.
I know what we had with the national show itself. Just saying.
So that was your Marvel What If Zombie episode.
So much better. I think they should have taken it from us.
After that episode, you had the Killmonger episode,
which I was a huge fan of. I liked it.
I was okay with it.
Why? I thought it was a nice little twist.
I like seeing these characters get more shine. I like Killmonger getting the spotlight. I like anything that has Dora Milaje in it.
Yeah. I think it was a nice little segue because it's you're mixing the idea of Killmonger and him trying to get back into Wakanda and Edgar Grace doesn't take over,
right?
With like the whole Tony Stark origin story,
right?
And it turns out, as we see, he becomes somewhat of Tony Stark. That becomes Iron Man, and you have Killmonger basically lead a fleet. It's like was it Iron Man 2, but done better because that's what they had the fleet of Iron Man, which he put together. It's done better with a guy who actually knows what he's doing, but with a secondary purpose, which is to take over Wakanda.
Right.
Which was his main goal in Black Panther. Right. Was to become king. He basically kills Tony Stark and Prince T'Challa to become king. Which is impressive.
I gotta say, it is a little off-putting when you have one of the big characters, like when you have a Tony Stark, and it's not Robert Downey Jr. doing the voice. I mean, Marvel, it can't be a money thing because Marvel and Disney, they got the money.
Timing thing. I mean,
timing probably, yeah, but
I don't know if he's already done with his contract. Like some of those guys are still under contract when he did it, and I think he's already done after Endgame. So if he's already done, if you bring him back, how much you guys are paying for this little because he's not under contract when he did this.
But man, you couldn't just give him a mic and be like, "Yo, sit in your computer for like an hour."
How much you gonna pay me? This is what he responds to, and they're like, "Well, no, we're good. We'll just find something."
I feel like they could have figured that out.
Why are you in their pockets for, bro? People was like, "Oh, they can figure it out. This is money." Like, is it really worth bringing them in just to do a quick thing?
Listen, I don't know what the dollars would have looked like. All I know is it feels weird. It takes me out of the episode for a moment when I see Tony Stark talking, and that's not Tony Stark's voice.
Okay. Get over it.
But same thing with a few of the other characters.
Did you get around Viv?
Huh?
Did you get around Viv?
No, that still hurts. It still hurts. It still hurts. They didn't even try.
They didn't talk about it.
They didn't even try.
Talk about it. Like, hey, you look different out there. Oh, they talk about briefly.
But
for all you guys don't know, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, when they switched out Vibs on us.
Spoiler alert for the 1993.
If you haven't watched it, you should. Okay. But, we got over that one. You get over the Tony Stark, one Tony Stark difference. Okay.
All I'm saying is it's obvious when it's not.
I actually want to know what happens because, you see at the end where it's what's their face team up to figure out to get Killmonger. It's
and Thanos shows up, right?
No, is this Thanos coming?
Is it Thanos with the stones?
He showed the stones, but his Siri is talking to what's her face, and they figure out that he's killed. He's the one that killed T'Challa. Who's he calling?
Oh yeah.
With
Captain Marvel?
No, it's what's her face? His wife at the end. Tony Stark's wife. What's her name?
Oh, Pepper. Pepper, yeah.
She talks. So I'm like, oh, this is kind of cute. I wonder how Siri the genius would go against Killmonger. Given the fact that she now knows what really happened, and now Killmonger has his arm. I would love to see what happens. Like, that's a great story. Like, oh well, do tell what happens.
That would be a cool one to continue.
Exactly.
Yeah. I also noticed it's kind of interesting how the Watcher, as these episodes progress, he seems to be like a little more and more present. Yeah. Like to the point where a few episodes ago when Doctor Strange actually noticed him, and now he's like every time they give him his camera shot, he's more and more like physically there. Yeah.
I think it's so. Is that how many are there? Do you recall?
I don't remember how many.
There's a bigger picture where they're alluding to. That's the reason why we see him more present. Like that's my assumption is there's a reason why they let Doctor Strange see him, and we're starting to see him take more of a physical form, like one where now people are feeling something. We see that a lot of characters start feeling his presence, and a lot more. So you gotta think there's like an overarching end game with this whole what if thing, and it's not just separate, episodes, but more of a bigger picture that we don't get to see because they are doing a second series.
Oh, I don't know.
I thought they were, but I could be wrong.
I wouldn't be surprised because it's a good series,
and and there's really nothing you can really hold on to that says we have to keep up. No, it's basically at your own leisure, and you can make it whatever you want. It's cartoon version.
Yeah, so, you could use any character. Really. Give Howard the Duck his own episode.
Yeah, you can extend. Hey, you don't need to just redo the movie. You can extend some of these other storylines that can be extended. I would love to see it all, access in and things like that.
Speaking of Howard the Duck, the most recent episode, Party Thor.
Oh yeah.
I felt like it was almost like a change of tone from the previous few episodes. So every episode before then had like this
different. I think it was somewhere different when we said change of tone.
Because I felt like they were all having these sort of dark endings. Doctor Strange was real dark. Zombies was dark.
What was I don't think the Star-Lord T'Challa was dark.
Well,
I mean, at the end you're like, oh,
briefly when they show Peter Quill meet Ego,
I don't think that's dark. We're like, oh shit, that this happens, so we figure out we just don't know what happens after that.
Well, right? the Watcher does specify, little did they know this meeting would lead to the end of the world or some shit like that.
Possibly. I mean, he doesn't really know if it's going to end there or not. They could defeat him. Defeat him once.
I know, yeah.
So we can see. There's a lot of things we don't know. Because, like I said, T'Challa, when he was Star-Lord, he was probably better in that role than he was as Black Panther. Who's more... And by that,
he seemed to do a lot more good,
Yeah, exactly. So you're like, wow, this guy... Maybe he should have been Star-Lord the whole entire time. Although he wouldn't be named Star-Lord. He'd be named something different because Star-Lord was for Peter Quill. Different story. Sorry, tangent.
But this most recent episode, Party Thor, as we're calling it, was a pretty cool. A lot of laughs, a lot of interesting. Like, it's not so far fetched because
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I didn't like it, because it wasn't like, oh well, because it was just him without low key like influence. I'm like, okay, great. So he's just a guy who likes party a lot. When Thor was first introduced to us, he was just a dick who just liked to conquer things. We saw that's where he had a fight with the Iceman, right? So to me, it wasn't that big of a change. Thor's biggest change is when he got introduced to what's her face, the girl played by
Natalie Portman.
Jane,
Jane Foster.
That's when you started seeing the change in Thor, because he lost his hammer and everything. Anything else, like, to me, he just stayed being a dick. He was, but all he cared about was just partying and just being a dick. Now it's like with Loki, he was less of a dick because Loki took some of that from him, but he still was a dick. Am I wrong?
No, you're right. You're right. Yeah, still very dickish.
Dick tendencies.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Loki in his ice giant form going up to him, be like, "Oh, my brother from another mother." That's hilarious. That made me chuckle every time he said it.
Yeah, like, little did they know they were brothers at one time from another mother. But so would Loki be that big? Why? Like, was that Loki's real size? Because I'm like thinking, if Loki is big like that without Thor, what possessed him to be the size he is when he was with Thor?
Maybe it's their diet over there. I don't know. I don't know what they're feeding them.
I don't know, but you understand what I'm saying, right?
It is a little odd.
Horns. He had the horns as well. I'm like, so he's like, does he still do his? Now I'm thinking, I can't remember where Loki is. Like, he's got mischief characters now still, or he's like a serious ice giant where he likes to fuck up things.
Well, now you have another Loki to add to the collection of Lokis.
True,
you got Frost Giant Loki.
Frost Giant Loki, which they missed.
Frost Giant Bro Loki.
Yeah.
Darcy getting hitched to Howard the Duck, funny as hell. What was it that he was like? Yo, you want to get some nachos? He's like, this is not a date. It's like, we'll see where this goes.
Yeah. But that's Darcy's character.
Oh yeah, she's great. That character's great.
I think she's very good for the series. Like, I'm glad they'll be bringing her back here and there. I think she has a nice, like, humorous role that you can. It's very well timed.
Yeah.
I forget the actress' name, but she's good at the role.
Kat Jennings.
Yes, good call. But yeah, I think that's a perfect role for Darcy and Kat Jennings. Could probably use a little bit more, but hey, I'll take what I can get.
Oh yeah. She was great in WandaVision too. Yeah, her going back and forth with the dude.
The agent and everything.
Yeah.
That's her thing. Is I feel like that's more of the Kat Jennings' natural personality, anyways. Being kind of not a dick, but just questioning things a lot, and in like an ominous tone. So you're like, okay, but it's in a very sarcastic manner. Like, she comes with very sarcastic, and I love it. I love that about her character. She did Two Broke Girls.
Yeah.
And I think that was her character. She's very typecast.
Yeah, she plays the same role every time, but it works. It works.
Great for her. Make your money. But yeah, if I'm ranking these last three, I'm putting the Killmonger and Tony Stark 1, this 2, and then Zombies 3. Like, that's how I felt. Like, I don't know, Zombies just didn't speak to me. The Party Thor was like, but I like these side stuff that were going on. Like, I didn't see much change. Like I said, Thor was just more of a dick with Captain Marvel checking him left and right. Yeah.
The fight between Thor and Captain Marvel, though, was on point.
Yeah, but okay, now here's the thing. If this is Thor, is he really worthy of having a hammer?
Apparently so.
He was such a big dick. I'm like, so did they change the circumstances of the hammer? Because I don't think Thor should be wielding that hammer because he's not worthy. We know he's not worthy.
Well, it's not like he was doing anything outright evil.
He just didn't give a shit. Come on, man. Like,
he
said to destroy. Like, he could have had this party anywhere else. He's coming to Earth to destroy, to have a party, destroy everything, and then leave. Till mom gets back. Like, he looked. It's like being in high. It's like throwing a high school party when your parents are gone. But he's just doing it at someone's house.
That's exactly what it was.
He's at someone's house doing it, and then someone called his mom because he's the one like destroying shit. And it's like, oh shit, let me go back home. Let me just cover my ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that maturity shows he's not worthy. Because when his dad took away his hammer, he had to fight back hard to become worthy again.
True.
Basically, die. This guy here wouldn't die for anybody. I wouldn't want to lead anything.
Well, Well, I mean, he might be that self. He
No,
might
was.
do that
No.
self.
Did you see? Come on, bro.
I think ultimately, if it came down to it, he's probably putting it all on the line. I think so. Yeah,
He's king. What are you talking about? He has people do that for him.
maybe, but I don't know. I think he never did anything outright bad. He's just careless, careless, and
like put Nick Fury. He helped put Nick Fury in a coma.
that wasn't him though.
It was one of his guys.
But it wasn't on purpose.
It was his fault. And he still. And the thing is, did he ever change his behavior when they wanted to tell him not do this? Remember the Stonehenge? Okay,
that was a dick move.
okay.
That was a dick move.
They're destroying monuments left and right. The Leaning Tower of Pisa doesn't lean anymore thanks to his ass.
That's funny.
I mean, look what he's doing. Like to me, like he literally was not worthy to hold that hand.
It's pretty funny that he just came across and assumed that it was them that fucked it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I think it's close between the Killmonger and the Thor episode for me.
I think you're being disrespectful.
With the zombies trailing on that. I don't think any episode has been quite as good as a Doctor Strange episode so far. I think that one's my favorite out of all of them so far.
Doctor Strange is a good what if. I don't know. I still like I still like the what you call it? T'Challa one. That's still a good one for me.
That's a close second to me.
That one rings true to me. I don't know, like the Doctor Strange one, I think it just kind of went on longer than it needed to be as well.
Maybe.
I was like, oh, is it over yet? Oh, okay. Like, I liked it, but sometimes I felt like it was just dragging on. But yeah, it wasn't bad either. That's all I'm saying that right now. It's still like a top 2 or 3 for me.
I can see what you're saying though.
Still a top 2 or 3 for me.
But yeah, I mean overall, the What If series has been doing its thing.
Yeah, knocking out the park.
Yeah, there's not one bad episode of it really.
No, not really.
So. Yeah, we're looking.
Jesus things, but I feel like instead of getting like alternate lines, we got more what ifs as it progresses. Like what ifs like this is never going to happen, so we'll just show you like some of the earlier versions. I feel like that's just like a more of a brand, one of the brand, timeline difference. You know what I'm saying? Like it felt like that could be plausible within a realm.
Right.
When you saw Doctor Strange and T'Challa, like no, these would never really happen. But what if it did happen? Like what if these idiots did mess up and they took T'Challa by accident because they didn't really know. They took the first human they saw. That's what it was, and it was like okay, well I get that. I get that. That's definitely never a possibility anymore.
Right.
Right. So you're fine with that, as opposed to like oh well, what was the first one? The whole Captain Carter.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was possibly her doing that. That still could have happened. Like a branch where gets shot. Cap gets shot, and he's not able to go in to take the super serum, and she sacrificed herself for it. That's definitely realistic. That's I want to say real. By realistic,
it's more feasible.
Movie realistic, feasible. Okay, where I felt like that tone was like more of an alternate timeline than like a what if, and that's how I kind of interpret things. I'm like, oh, now it's got more what ifs because these are not some of these seem like more alternate timelines. At least in my opinion.
Do we know what the next episode is about?
I do not.
I think there's a listing of all the synopsises, but I don't.
I would be surprised.
Yeah, I think I like the surprise too.
I'd be surprised. So I'm like, okay, we can just hold off for that. But yeah, I mean, I feel like Disney has done a very good job of it. Hopefully they keep doing a good job. And they don't start getting too lazy or stupid with their things and keep it more simple. I mean, since their creation of this whole Marvel universe they went about doing, they have been a very good job. I don't know who's been at the helm of this forefront, but they have done a good job of just like pacing themselves and not doing too much too soon.
Right.
Most of these movies and shows have been successful. There have been a few hiccups.
Black Widow.
Well, I mean, Black Widow was okay. I think Thor was it. Dark World was probably worse from what people told me.
That was the second one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although, like, I would say this: I didn't mind it once I watched it the second time because of the information I got for the other movies.
There
That's how it worked for me.
The saving grace of Thor 2 was that it had a healthy serving of Loki in there. I think he saved a lot of that movie.
Just like Black Widow, I feel like it would have been fine if they just put it where it belonged and
Yeah.
left it there.
Yeah.
The build up for it kind of hurt it because of the fact that I was expecting something way different. All I got was like, oh, remember when she was on a run? This is what she was doing. Like, I don't give a shit what she was doing, bro. You should have just done that during the movie, during the fall. Like, I want to know what the hell will happen in Budapest. Still won't happen. We still
Don't know.
And speaking of this, sorry for a quick tangent, but you know what's also dropping around on vacation?
What's that?
The trailer for Hawkeye.
Have you watched the trailer?
Yeah.
I actually I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, tell me about it.
Oh, wow. I don't want to ruin it for you, but it was, I mean, what do you know about what the new Hawkeye series?
Well, I know we're learning about Clint Barton's daughter
Yeah.
and how she's eventually going to take up the mantle of Hawkeye. That's the extent of what I know.
So in the trailer, I guess I'll ruin this for you. You find out, like, she doesn't know what her dad does for a living at all. So they I guess she.
How does she not know he's an Avenger?
I don't know. I have no idea.
toys.
It seems like she's like, well, you're Hawkeye? Because remember Hawkeye now I think he's also on the run because when he was running, killing all this stuff, he's making amends for that.
That's true. He was on the run for a while.
And somehow I think they figured out it was Hawkeye was doing it, but they don't know who Hawkeye is, even though he doesn't wear a mask. This is my assumption. Remember, these are trailers. So I guess she is like, I'm not sure if she's an assassin or anything like this, but she goes do her own thing, and when she crosses paths with her dad, basically trying to make amends, she's like, "You're Hawkeye," and that's when it seems like more of like a comedy than anything else than a serious thing. But it's pretty. I mean, it's interesting, and I definitely would watch it. I think it comes out either like in November, right on Christmas, Thanksgiving or Christmas.
So I get that'll be the new series when What If finishes up. Pretty much.
When's What If supposed to be done?
I
How many
don't.
What Ifs are there?
I don't know. I know they put out a trailer recently saying the second half of the What If season, and that was around episode 5 or 6. So
Second half, but that means like 10, right?
yeah, at least 10 or 12, right? Like
Wow. I didn't know they were that big. They were doing that.
you're getting a healthy amount of episodes with this. Nice catch.
What are you talking about?
What?
What?
I don't know.
Yeah. This guy's over here watching football. I don't know, man.
Somebody was begging to have the game on in the background, so he's looking off to the side half the time.
I haven't engaged you 24/7. Someone else hasn't, so I'm just saying.
Oh, how dare you? There's only 2 people here. Name names.
Well, it's not me.
Anyway, so Hawkeye we got to look forward to. Disney Plus. I know we're not we haven't blown through all of it yet, but we should mention the Star Wars Visions.
Yeah.
The whole series dropped, the whole anthology dropped. Probably around next week, next episode, we'll sit down and run through the whole thing and really break it down. But if you get a chance, at the very least, that first episode is so good. If you
says so.
If you like yourself some old school samurai action, like real artsy duel type action, it is so good. And I guarantee you're gonna see that new lightsaber pop up in some store. I don't know how they're gonna make it. I don't know how they're gonna make that make sense, but that lightsaber is crazy.
I've only watched one episode, so I can't compare it to anything else. But it was a good episode. I'm not a lightsaber guy, like some people here.
All right.
I'm not like, lightsabers, a little bit old school for me. I'm more of just a saber or a katana blade type of guy. So I mean, with that type of, I guess, vision, I can definitely get on board with that. We have old Japanese kind of samurai warrior type of deal.
Anytime that you could take the concept of an old traditional Japanese weapon and just modify it to fit the Star Wars universe, I'm in. I'm in for it.
Star Wars universe though.
What are you talking about?
How was the last Star Wars you watched all of them?
I've watched all of them. Star Trek is the one I'm not.
I don't watch Star
fully
Trek
up
either.
on.
Fully up on. Is anyone really fully up on any Star Wars, Star Trek things?
I don't know, but yeah, but I've got all
I feel
the.
like I should know this.
I'm
You
pretty
don't
sure
watch DC, but you watch Star Wars. I mean, come on.
I do watch some DC, just not all of it. Listen, my hours are limited, man. My viewing hours are
I
very
don't watch
limited.
some of the stuff you watch. You watch Walking Dead,
I'm even behind on that.
but you still watch it.
I do.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. You make time for that, but you can't give it some DC love.
Just show me something that's worthy of some love.
Listen, even the crap they put out there is worthy to talk shit about. I mean, am I right? Am I right, man? Are we still not so bitter about this whole team up they did for we did show me the Snyder cut. You know what, Justice League still sucked, and we still should be talking about how bad it was and how fucked up they did, and Disney should have done something better. Sorry, just had to go on that tangent.
I watch the Peacemaker series when it comes out.
Oh, I think everyone would probably watch it. I'm intrigued though, because I don't think it would be as serious as we thought it'd be at first. It's just based on what we saw in the movie.
I mean, you got John Cena in there. You can't go too serious with him, right?
He looks serious though. He looks like a serious character. He has a very dry humor sense to him.
Yeah.
He's definitely not The Rock. Like The Rock has a little bit more. I don't know. He has like more emotion, more of a. He draws you in with his personality. John Cena, he has a lot of Gina Carano in him. But in a good way, because like I do like John Cena on camera though.
Yeah, he's not terrible.
He's not terrible.
He's not the worst.
Yeah, Gina Carano, that's a different story. Yeah. Ronda Rousey, she is Ronda Rousey run for her money about personality on movies. Like Ronda Rousey is like I'll think Ronda Rousey over Gina Carano movies any day.
That's fair.
It's like
That's fair.
Is there a difference? A bit. Oh, it's just like this much.
Just a smidge,
I mean,
touch.
It's like could it be worse? Yeah, it could be worse, but it could be better. Hell yeah, it could be a lot better. A lot better. Ugh. But anyways,
Anywho, we'll talk more about Star Wars Visions next week.
yeah.
Everything is worth a little breakdown, especially I've
Well,
ran through the
rankings just so you guys.
Oh yeah.
know what our
We'll
tastes
go
are like.
we'll go top episodes. I mean, for me, that first one's gonna be tough to beat, but we're gonna see.
I mean, this is why it's already kind of slanted because some people have more of a unbiased opinion and will watch everything, then talk about it. While other people's like, no, this is the best. Don't need to watch anything more.
Listen, all I'm saying is,
I'm not done talking, sir. And won't give the other episodes the proper love and concern that should have gotten. That's what I'm saying. It's like saying, well, I love this kid more because he's the firstborn, and I give him not paying attention to your secondborn.
that doesn't
Or
work.
thirdborn.
That doesn't work in real life. that's a trap question.
Oh, too personal, huh?
A little bit.
Sorry, guys. Just to show a little bit of that personal for you guys.
Listen, if you have more than one kid and the oldest kid comes up to you and asks you, hey, which one do you like better? You better have your answer prepared ahead of time because...
Just lie to him because the other one's so young she'll never know about it. And then when
but the older one's going to remember.
And you say
when
no,
the younger
and you
one
say
is
no.
old enough to understand what's
And you
going
say
on, the
no.
older one's going to throw it in the younger one's
You
face.
deny it. It's your words versus hers. She'll never.
You see
Kids don't remember
that's the
anything.
trap. That's the trap, though.
Kids don't remember anything.
You say well, they remember surprising things.
Just lie.
Don't fall for the trap. That's parenting
So
tip
what'd you
of the
tell her?
day.
Anyways, what'd you tell her?
I said I love you both equally,
That's a horrible answer. She's gonna ask that question once again,
and she's gonna get the same answer.
and she's gonna keep asking it till you answer it. Just say, "I love you" when you do the work I tell
And
you
then,
to do.
and then I'm gonna say, well, you keep asking that question, you're gonna get a different answer. No, she's not though.
Is
I
that
love
like
them
an
both.
authoritative voice? That was not really scary at all. What? I'm just saying.
I'm sorry.
I know why your kids don't listen to you.
I was stuck in my smooth jazz tone.
Oh, your authoritative voice like this wasn't scaring anybody. Like I would laugh in your face.
I'm gonna show something that's gonna scare
You're
you.
like, oh, daddy's mad. Like, okay.
I'm gonna give you something to be scared of in a minute.
Okay. Woo.
Anyway, what else did we miss, man? We've been away for a minute. What else?
Well, Disney slide nothing, but you know what popped off this week though?
What popped off this week?
Nintendo. I mean, it came out some big announcements, y'all. You know, like
Nintendo.
They popping out. They coming out with big things popping.
Nintendo did drop a new direct. They had a bunch of things to talk about.
Say what? Say what? Say what?
Listen, normally when a direct drops, as far as we're concerned, our major thing is let's talk about Smash. Tell me something about Smash.
Boyka.
and tell me something about, one of your AAA titles. There wasn't a whole lot on the AAA front. I mean,
fine. You know,
you got a new Kirby game, which is unique because you got Kirby in like this post-apocalyptic world now. So this is a little,
well, it was a little bit savage when it first dropped, but I would agree with that.
little weird, but okay, we'll rock with it. Kirby games are always good for the kids. Bayonetta 3 had a nice little trailer. That was
cute,
decent.
You know?
But let's talk.
Let's go with the big stuff.
Yeah,
big guns.
the thing that everyone is really talking about from this direct
Booyaka!
is not even the games that were mentioned, but the movie.
Woo!
So Nintendo is dropping more information about the new Mario movie coming holiday season of next year.
Animated. Not the whole school one with I think Alyssa Milano or whatever.
We're not even that doesn't exist. We're not going to talk about that. John Leguizamo was never Luigi. We're not going to talk about it. All right.
He was Italian.
Man, at least he was from New York.
Yeah.
Anyway, that movie doesn't exist. I don't know what he's talking about.
But we have Chris Pratt now.
There was never a Mario live action movie ever in history. It does not exist.
It doesn't exist.
And you're lying if you say otherwise. But
I thought it did exist.
Illumination, the studio behind Despicable Me,
So it's not Illuminati?
behind. I mean, you never know.
It's pretty close.
What, 2 letters off?
Yeah.
The studio behind Despicable Me, behind Sing, they have a good track record of kids movies, comedic movies. They're giving a shot at Super Mario. This is a big deal in the gaming community because Nintendo has sworn for decades, ever since that Mario movie that doesn't exist. Ever since that movie, they would never give their rights out to any of their big characters for a movie because it's just they didn't trust Hollywood. Now they're giving it another go, and they announced
it's a little bit different because it's more of a cartoon movie. Animated, not real action, no live action. So, which it probably fits better for Mario World, anyways.
For sure. And I'll tell you what. Don't think that Sonic movie and the numbers that movie didn't contribute to this decision either.
Still don't watch it.
I know you didn't, but a lot of people did, and a lot of people are pretty decent with it. Did you know that there's a sequel coming out to that Sonic 2? Did you know who's doing the voice for Knuckles in Sonic 2? Idris Elba.
Okay. Idris Elba has some bad movies out there, does he not?
Does he?
Yeah.
Which name one?
I can't name off the top of my head, but I don't watch all of them.
I think he's got a decent track record.
A lot of people have a decent track record doesn't mean everything they do is gold.
Nothing jumps out of mine. I don't know. I'll have to get back to you on that. But
because you put Idris Elba on it doesn't mean it's still good. You said yourself it was alright. It was good for the kids. You said it was good for the kids. So
it is good for the kids.
That's why I don't rock with it. But it is what it is.
The big thing is the voice acting, the casting list. They released it. You've got Chris Pratt doing Mario. What's your feelings on that? Because a lot of people have a lot of feelings about it.
It's weird because it's animated. So, off the bat, I didn't used to know how he's going to play the character. Until I know how he plays the character, I really can't give an assessment, right? Because if it was live action, I would say no. Right off the bat, because he does not look like Mario. I would not call him Mario, but whatever. But now you're like, oh, well, he's the voice. So I would like to know how he's going to play. Is he going to have an accent or, I know we already know it's gonna be very comedy heavy. It's gonna play like the cartoon. Like you guys remember the cartoon. That's how I feel like that's how it's gonna play off like. So you don't. So for me, it's like I just need to know how the voices sound to have that better. That image. It's like watching. It's like Simpsons. I didn't know who voice actors were. Had I known before I watched it, I probably never watched it. Because you're like, wait, you're Bart Simpson? Am I right or wrong? You look at the characters, but since you didn't know ahead of time, you just didn't formulate your opinion. And when you see the characters, it works.
It sounds like what you need and what you're asking for is a bit of a sample, maybe a trailer.
Yeah.
They don't have one yet.
Yeah.
But we, as soon as they decide to drop one, I'm sure we'll be all over that because it is interesting to see how it's going to sound.
Yeah. I mean, remember, it's all animated, it's more about the sound than anything else. How believable it becomes.
This studio, there's no question on how it's going to look. It's going to look great. You know that already because you just look at what they've done. They've got a good track record for this sort of thing. So it's going to look great, but the sound is going to be key. Chris Pratt as Mario, it's odd. It's probably not the first.
But he's a funny guy.
And he's a big name. You always want a big name for your lead character. And for what it's worth, he seems thrilled about the idea. He's always talking in interviews how it's like a dream role for him and all that. That he grew up with Mario and blah blah. Yeah, it's the same generic answer, but we'll see how it really pans out. Charlie Day as Luigi, also surprising. They're clearly going for a comedic tone because a lot of these, a lot of the voices here are from the comedy world. Anna Taylor-Joy as Peach.
I mean, Peach don't talk a lot anyways. Like, I mean, we don't. Okay, it could be anybody. Like,
I guess she can come off princessy, I guess.
But yeah, it's her voice, and her voice sound princessy, and it's not even princessy because do you even call what the princess sounds like? No,
not so much. I mean, I guess her little woohoo and all that, like Mario Kart and shit.
It's not like we know she's like a spoiled little brat or anything like that. We don't really know nothing about the princess.
Maybe we get some backstory.
I mean, maybe they even change the tone because the whole damsel stress thing isn't really for our current world now. I know a lot of people are going straight away from these damsel stress storylines and trying to make it a little bit more, I don't know, I won't say believable, but just it's less about help save me, help save Eric, just more like aid with us against the establishment type of deal.
I don't think she really gets kidnapped like that anymore.
No, but I'm saying they've moved away from that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
That
type of stuff it was more prevalent back then. That's how the storyline kind of played at first. But I'm assuming they're gonna go away from that type of storyline and give us something different. And that also will play a role in how we judge this movie.
Maybe she wasn't really being kidnapped by Bowser. Maybe she was going willingly.
Maybe he's ex-boyfriend.
Maybe they got something going on behind the scenes.
Maybe they got a love child. That's possible.
You got Bowser Jr. in there somewhere, right?
There is. I was hoping for a Wario appearance, but we got Donkey Kong instead. Which I'm still trying to figure out why Donkey Kong.
Who? Seth Rogen, voicing Donkey Kong.
How do you feel about Jack Black though? As Bowser?
You can't go wrong with Jack Black voicing anything because he's got the chops for it. That just it kind of seems like a gimme. All right, I see it. That one is fine. Okay. Keegan-Michael Key as Toad.
Yeah, I mean, I like Keegan-Michael Key. I'm like, he probably do that well. Because he sounds Toad, I guess.
You just know there's not going to be a Toad we've ever seen.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, Toad's going to be some wise ass mouthing off.
I feel very energetic type of deal.
Yeah,
I get it. I think that works for Toad though. Definitely works for Toad.
It'd definitely be funny. So, yeah, man, that's pretty much. I mean, a lot of the internet has their own feelings about Chris Pratt. A lot of people don't like him.
I think it's bitterness from what happened in Infinity Wars. If it wasn't for him, this snap would have never happened. We were bitter about that.
We had to have a whole second movie because of your dumbass.
Yeah, I mean, had you just held it in and not tried to beat up Thanos, we could gotten the gauntlet off and we all been safe.
And you didn't even punch him. You pistol whipped Mantis's hands on his face. Like, what are you doing?
There was a plan and you fucked up the plan because you were selfish. I mean, come on. I'm still bitter about it too. But I guess this is like his reprieve, maybe. And
we'll see. Maybe he wins some points back.
Still mad about that, by the way.
Oh man.
He probably gets death threats all the time. You son of a bitch. Why couldn't they have killed you instead? Why did Gamora have to die? She wouldn't let you. She would just let Thanos lose.
Man.
Jesus Christ. Oh man.
But so that's that was, I guess, the biggest surprise of the direct.
Well, it was the biggest surprise of the direct, but was it the biggest announcement that happened?
No, I don't think so. I think I'm going the same place you're going right now.
I mean, they hold back and they sit there and I would have said the last moment, but they did drop a pretty big news that they're gonna drop one final character for
Super Smash Brothers Ultimate.
Wow.
So normally that's the big draw over here. We need to see who's getting into this game. They do have one more slot open in this DLC Season 2 pass So we were always expecting one more character. The question was, is this going to be the last character? And according to the announcement, they're trying to indicate that, yes, this is the final announcement. So much so that they told your ass when they're going to tell you, said October 5th, 10 a.m. Eastern.
Announcement for the announcement, y'all.
Yep.
That's how big it is.
Yep. So
I mean, by the way, they're the ones who putting limits on this. No one else is.
I don't know how much.
I don't believe Rob.
Yeah, I don't know how much I believe that either. It just seems like
are too big from just let's stop right here.
it's just like, listen, we don't need this other $1 billion.
Yeah.
We're just going to
We
cut
make
it
too
off
much
here.
money as it is, guys.
Oh yeah,
Let's stop
like
here.
what are we really going to do with all this other money?
So I mean, the thing is, like, by the way, this has to be a pretty big character because to sit there and announce it as the final character,
It's got to be big.
you can't sit there. And I think the last character they brought in, we're impressed with. So the fact they're going to do this one, you're like, this has to be bigger than we never expected. I would say never expected.
So let's play along then. Let's just assume
We
that
did
this
it
is the
before.
final character.
Our first video was about this.
Yeah, it's one of our first
And
one of
we
our best
went
videos
Soul
too. Yeah.
I'm still going Soul Calibur.
Man, as much as I love Soul Calibur, I don't know if you can close the door on with Soul Calibur. You need something to close the show.
So we gonna close the show with.
Oh man, like
To me, you give people what they want.
listen, if you're gonna give the people what they want and you want that shock value, Waluigi, it has always been the like most demanded, most requested character.
Most demanded?
The people have been going crazy for him. God knows why. But
I'm sorry. I don't think you end a series with Luigi.
you
That
see,
sounds like that sounds horrible.
I see what you're saying because at face value,
It's like
this dude, he only pops up in like the tennis games and like the
Yeah.
sports games when you need like when Wario needs a partner.
Yeah.
Like, Davi mentioned something to me before. Like Wario has his own franchise. He has the WarioWare games, and he has a cast of like 20 other characters. Waluigi's not in any of those games. You don't even get invited to those games.
It's hilarious.
So,
Waluigi.
I'm just saying, if we're going by the fan demand, the Smash community for decades has been asking to get this guy in. Every time they get him in as a trophy character, and people are like, ah, damn, like almost like it's an insult. It would be funny if they were just like, shut the fuck up, take the character, and get out of my face. But I don't think he's the big grandiose.
I think once they reintroduce new characters after this whole BS is over, and like, okay, let's introduce new characters. I can see Waluigi being like the first character introduced to get the fan back in it again. That's how I feel like that character work.
Maybe he gets in at season 3.
Yeah, because you don't end a series. Like, I'm sorry, you can't end a series like this allegedly
With such a mega
You have to- it has to
game
be.
this is. If Street Fighter is going on like season 5 or 6
Yeah.
of DLC characters,
Yeah.
for some reason, I don't know who's still playing Street Fighter 5.
Hey,
Freaking the Power Rangers game is on like season 3 or 4. Rita Repulsa is getting into that game.
maybe Rio Pulse will be a character they introduced. Or Goldar.
Goldar's already in it.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I didn't
Yeah.
realize that. Let's see. Good. No, let's go out the box.
Oh man, who's
Who's the character Ninja Gaiden? Do you remember
Hayabusa, Ryu Hayabusa, who is in the Dead or Alive games.
Gaiden? Is it?
Yeah, he's because it's the same company, so it's a crossover.
Okay.
Would be interesting. I don't know if they would call Hayabusa for it. I don't see it. I mean, he's got an old school resume for sure, but I don't see it.
Out the box, Sega is like you said, free agent now, so it'd be kind of easier.
True. I mean, Sonic's already in it.
Yeah, but I mean, that's you have Sonic, and you got any other characters, right, for Sega. I mean,
Man.
Double Dragons would be a cool one, but I don't think that would happen. Because I think you have to have both, or be able to switch between the two.
Which they could do.
Which they could do.
Man, Double Dragon would be interesting. I always sort of suspected when Blizzard started putting out games on the Switch that maybe they get somebody into Smash.
Are we really gonna do? You think Blizzard would have any type of deal with Blizzard at this point in time?
Man, I don't know.
That would be the stupidest thing Disney, no, I said Disney, Nintendo, whatever do is like, yeah, you know the idea. Let's keep up this partnership with Blizzard and all their sexual harassment shit, and help them out. Like, are you guys really looking for that type of smoke? Because I don't think that's good for business.
It's true. Man, I don't know where else could they go? Because it's not like there's a big Nintendo franchise that jumps out that they haven't touched already.
Exactly. But why is that be Nintendo? It's somewhere to get someone to get their hands on.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, you're thinking third party, but what third party? Master Chief.
That's actually not a good one. That's a pretty good one.
He's been another one that's been highly requested.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And he's almost the mascot for Microsoft, so that would be interesting.
That would be interesting.
Man, I don't know.
How about the peacock from NBC? What?
The logo?
Yeah.
What the hell is his attack?
I don't know. He's like, he spreads his wings.
What's his final smash?
Hey, listen, they
pulls out Jay Leno and he goes chasing you down.
I go, hey, listen, that worked for me, right? Sits down, has a night show, has his final move. You know, brings up the Magic Hour comes back magically. You're like, no, stop at the Magic Hour.
Oh man, who else could you pull, man?
How about the Phillies mascot?
Stop yourself. Stop yourself.
Why? I think that's another good one as well.
First of all, it has to be a gaming name, which is why you can't.
Does it have to be?
It does, because I mean, people want Goku, but the argument is he's not really a gaming character.
But who set these parameters? Okay, so that's not really true. That's what people say, but it has not been verified by the people that had the power that be.
Can you imagine Goku running through Smash?
Yeah, but I think Goku way too powerful to be on Smash.
They'd have to water him down.
Yeah, but you can't water down Goku either. Like that's even worse.
Well, maybe you get like Saiyan Saga Goku.
Yeah.
Like Kaioken, like Super Saiyan is the final Smash. Like that's it. That, you know what though, shock value, that would do it.
What, Goku?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be. It would. I mean, it's been talked about so long. That's probably up there. But then, like I said, I don't know about it. I think I like the peacock better now. I think the peacock works.
Stop yourself.
What?
What else? What other big, massive franchise could you possibly pull for this last spot where you could look at it and be like, all right, that's a good closer?
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Franchise-wise, we'll have to think about this for a minute or two.
Yeah, man.
Now it's a close. Like if you're gonna like this way, we're gonna sit there and say you got to knock out the park. You can't be like it's just anybody. Your anchor has to be something big, right? You know, Usain Bolt runs the anchor for a reason, and yeah, it's true though, right? Your best runner goes last.
True.
You know, this is a cleanup spot. You know, this is a guy you bring in to do the heavy lifting, and, whew,
it's tough, man.
Lost. Yeah.
What if you went James Bond? You pull GoldenEye.
GoldenEye, I guess first person shooter. You said Master Chief could be one, so why not GoldenEye?
I think if we're going with a shooting type character, probably Master Chief gets in first.
Yeah, true. But remember, GoldenEye started everything.
Yeah, that is true.
So it's like, I get why Master Chief would be first, but GoldenEye is a predecessor. No one would see it coming.
That was the OG.
And listen, who didn't like GoldenEye?
Oh, that's a classic.
Yeah.
Everyone loved that game.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a real good one. Maybe the duck from Duck Hunt.
He's already in it.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
No, I mean, not the duck, the dog.
Dog? Yeah, they're like a tag.
Oh,
they're like a tag team character, yeah.
I didn't know that. That dog is so disappointing.
He's not exactly one of the greatest characters in there, but he definitely represents the old school.
Yeah. I'm trying to see. No one from Zelda.
I mean, people love their Zelda right now.
Yeah, I love the Zelda, but you don't want Zelda. I feel like that'd be like
you've got all the core characters in there
exactly.
already.
I knew that already. So like, why would you have? Why would you just add another Zelda character? That's lame.
They can't do another Fire Emblem, that's for sure.
No, they cannot. I mean, I guess they can bring it back to Ocarina of Time.
And but no, I mean, because that's Young Link, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's 3 different Links in the game already.
Oh yeah.
I think Young Link is Ocarina.
Yep. The only is always Ocarina. But I meant make the Ocarina its own.
Get the horse in.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, the horse. Hey, why don't you just put in Tom Brady? You know, just make it just.
God, don't make me throw this game out the window.
What? I didn't say anything wrong, did I?
What game? Don't tell me no Madden bullshit. No, get out of here.
Technically speaking, that's a franchise, right?
No.
I mean, imagine they put Tim Tebow in there, and he has the power of God. I mean, how great would that be? Like, you're like, who the fuck is this guy? Why is God on his side?
Tebow walks up to the arena with the envelope, and Waluigi's out there like, what the fuck? Like, are you
Yeah, you
serious?
see a bright light. Ah. Sorry, my child. I am Tebow. Please.
So it's a hard one to call, man, but it's gonna be interesting. I think that's in less than 2 weeks, right?
Yep,
That's
2 weeks.
Comic-Con week.
Yep. Maybe a goldfish.
A goldfish?
Yeah. One of the goldfishes. One of the goldfish. You know, like crackers. What?
You're drunk. You are out of your mind right now. We're gonna have to just wait and see, man. But maybe we get a little live stream for that. Maybe.
I doubt it. It's on Monday.
I know it's on a Monday. It's such a terrible time. But for sure, when they do drop it, we're gonna be talking about it because
Yep. May have to do like an emergency cast later that day. Like, did you see? Did you see? Oh my god!
Can you imagine that thing is gonna be going off at 10 a.m. and we're gonna be like, oh, listen, we'll get up at 6. Nobody watch it.
Yeah.
How? You're gonna have your phone turned off all day.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's gonna suck.
It would suck. It definitely will suck. I mean, like I said, I thought they should have held back and just announced it during Comic-Con. Like, rent out a room, sell tickets to people in New York, and then live stream it at the same time. Like, could you imagine middle of Comic-Con sitting there saying, "All right, we're going to people go to MSG, sitting in our auditorium just to hear the announcement"?
Would have been cool. Unfortunately, they don't do major announcements like that at Comic-Con. Like, they don't even really do E3 anymore. That's what the directs are for.
Yeah. But if there's one to do it for, it'd be this one.
True. Man,
It's the first one back. It's because they haven't had a Comic-Con yet. Not in San Diego.
no, they haven't.
This is the first Comic-Con.
Yeah, the first. I think they had.
I mean, come on, like it's only 2 areas that we do.
Yeah,
and then they have like these smaller versions. You're like, oh, that's cute.
They've done a few smaller ones elsewhere,
Yeah,
but yeah, I think New York would be the first like big one. But we gonna see, man.
We gonna see.
We gonna see.
We gonna see together. We here, guys. We are here.
True story. Man, what else you got for today, man?
I think that's it, right?
I think that's it.
Yeah. Well, what about your what else was announced?
Oh, the subscription, yeah.
Subscription, y'all.
Yeah, they if you got a Switch already and you know their online subscription comes with the NES and SNES library, they are introducing a higher tiered subscription that will include N64 and Sega Genesis games.
So that means I was gonna pay more money to play for old school games. Congratulations.
Pretty much.
We're suckers.
They're also introducing some more old school controllers, a N64 one and a Genesis controller. Those are going to go for $50 a pop.
Not a problem. It's like a game.
So many people have so many mixed reactions towards that N64 controller.
Why? You like it?
Do you remember what it looks like?
Yeah, it's like a W. Like I'm saying, W. It's weird. You get used to it. At first, I hated it, and like, oh, depending on the game, I get used to it. You adapt. Like after a while, you just adapt.
People used to wear out the analog stick. People used to like complain about like having blisters on their fingers from all this crap.
It was never. Listen, controls are never built to be conform to your hand. It was like, hey, this is how it works. if you get blisters from it, you get blisters from it. Get me good shit, right? Like that's what it was.
That is.
Like for me, it was one of those things where it's like they didn't care about comfort. It's just like, did it work? And did it look weird? I still don't get why they had to build it that way. But hey, I mean, it worked. It ended up working out.
It's a cool controller. Just like if you're a collector and you just want the display, I for sure. I don't know that I would voluntarily ever go back to playing on one of those had I a choice of like the modern controllers. But
of course, depending on if I felt nostalgic enough, I would. But
right.
I wouldn't go out my way for it.
Some people might be like, "Oh man, I can't play Mario 64 without that controller." Like this, yeah. So to each his own.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of helps because you kind of go back to your learning days, and when you have to use a new controller from the old game, it's now a second learning curve, which is kind of annoying. Like it is, right? Like if you learn how to play a game on a certain controller, and now you're playing it on a new device, same game on a new device, the controller is different. You're gonna have you have to figure out how to do things all over again. Which is not fun. A game you would dominate for. So I'm the type of person that would probably want the controller for that.
True.
But that's just me.
They put out the list of the games that were coming out. Ocarina of Time is on that list, so automatically that's got a lot of people signing up already.
That's my first game.
Star Fox 64 is on there. That was my shit, man.
Wow, I haven't played a Star Fox game in like 20 years.
I still contend that 64 is probably the best Star Fox game. But yeah, it's a nice little collection. The Genesis collection is interesting. You got your Sonics on there, Altered Beast is on there, Golden Axe, Echo the Dolphin. You remember that shit? Echo the Dolphin is part of that collection.
Like Flipper?
He looks like Flipper, I guess.
Don't they all look alike? Look like Flipper?
It's an interesting collection. I want to see how much this higher tier is going to cost. Because I don't know that I'm...
Probably another extra $20.
Yeah, I don't know how badly I need to play these games again, but...
How much is the original subscription? What, 60?
60 or 65 for the year,
So
which is a pretty good deal.
So you figure I'll probably say, hey, extra $40, you get to 100, get the bundle.
Man, I don't know,
It's only
man.
40 more bucks. That's how you're going to sell it off as.
Man, I don't know, man. People got bills.
Yeah. They don't care. People figure out a way.
I don't know. You might have to show me a little bit more to justify an extensive change in the subscription like that. But we'll see. We'll see what the price point is.
Of course. I mean, the holidays just right around the corner, so you won't have to wait long.
Yeah, true. Oh man, all right, bro. I think we covered all our bases for today, man.
Yeah, yes, sir.
So we'll do this again next week.
Possibly.
Hopefully.
Body in the darkness again. I don't know why. When you have so much light, I look good in light, So, what?
That's debatable.
Anyways, before we get on another tangent, because the guy's a hater next to me, I'm your boy JR, and this dude is Big Head D. And, okay, D. Is that better? Big D? Is that how you want to be called?
You can call me that if you want.
I don't call him Big D.
You just did.
Big Dick, maybe.
Hey.
Okay. Big Head. Big Dick Head.
For your boy JR, this is your boy D. We'll catch y'all next time. Peace off.
Deuces.
Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, give us all that good stuff. We appreciate it. Thanks for chilling with us. We'll see y'all next time.
Later.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Much love, y'all. Catch you on the next one.